These are changing times for the museum, which has outgrown its present location. Plans are well underway to move to a new site as part of a multi-million-pound project masterminded by the Home of Horse Racing Trust. The museum, together with the charity Retraining of Racehorses, will move to Palace House Stables, which was once the racing seat of King Charles II. Unused since the 1980s, it will be transformed into a new centre for the sport, as director Chris Garibaldi explains.
It's a 5-acre site right in the heart of the town of Newmarket, and what we're standing in front of is Palace House, which is literally, as it says on the tin, the last element of Charles II's racing palace in the town, which was built in the 1670s, and it was used by the royal family right the way through until Queen Victoria sold off the site in 1855. But luckily for us, this part was purchased by the Rothschild family, became their racing base in the town, and it was a really major racing operation right the way through until the last trainer to train out of here was Bruce Hobbs in 1986. So it's been unused for about 30 years, and we're now going to be able to restore it and create a new National Heritage Centre for horse racing and sporting art.
Which is going to be brilliant, because as you say, you're still very, very central, and the museum at the moment has really outgrown its present site.
Absolutely. I mean, we're bursting at the seams in the present museum, and what's crucial to the new development is being able to have live horses as part of the visitor experience, which I think is absolutely key to getting a general audience to come to the museum and understanding what racing is about. People want to see racehorses, and on this site we can accommodate them, which is a fantastic development of the offer for the public.
And that's in tandem with retraining of racehorses. They're going to be based here too.
Absolutely, yes. We're providing, in a sense, a flagship home for the Retraining of Racehorses charity and explaining the work of the charity. People come to racing sometimes with a prejudice that there's nothing beyond racing for a thoroughbred, and the charity's success in retraining thoroughbreds proves that there's a whole world of things that a racehorse can do after racing, and we can show that work to the public in, as I say, a 5-acre site that allows people to see the horses in their stables, see them in their paddocks, and we'll have a viewing stand and dressage arena for their work to be shown off to the public. And how do you train a horse to race, and how do you train it not to race when you want it to do something else later on in its career?
At the moment, the yard is still sort of boarded up. When do we envisage work starting, and when's your completion date? I know these things change, though.
They're always a bit fluid, but no, we're looking to start sort of this September, and that being the case, we hope to be open sort of the second half, late 2015. So it's not very long at all. It's actually a 2-year project once we've actually pressed the button on the build.
And how's it been received by people in Newmarket? Because I would have thought with such a historic site, they must be delighted something's being done with it at last.
Absolutely. I think there's huge excitement in the town about, in a sense, finally creating a heart to the racing offer. When people come to the town, they'll be able to come to what is in effect a new cultural quarter for Newmarket, off the high street in a traffic-free environment where people can really enjoy and understand what it is that makes it the unique historic home of horse racing. I mean, Newmarket sits in the centre of up to 4,000 acres of uniquely managed landscape, and at the moment you don't get a sense of that. So much of racing, for perfectly understandable reasons, the sort of concerns about infectious disease, is behind closed doors, and what this is about opening the doors of racing to the world.
And where's the funding come from for the project? Because it can't come cheap.
It doesn't. The whole project is going to cost £15 million, and it's from a variety of sources. A donation from the Heritage Lottery Fund, a certain amount of public funding, and a mixture of private charitable trusts and foundations, and we're very, very pleased that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed has made a donation that has got us to where we are today. So we're very deeply grateful for his support of the project.
Thanks to its generous benefactors, a new home for Newmarket's illustrious racing history will soon become a reality.